Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is Aloha from Aloha Creations, and I want to show you guys my latest guest design team project for Raindrop Lila. And I used her green themed digital kit collection, and all of the papers are from her digitals. So I'm now just untying the cluster fabric closure that I made and showing you guys that it is backed with the acetate just to make it sturdy and secure. And I loved making that. I used, vintage laces and doilies and fabrics. And as you saw that I did tie the green bead charms on there as well. Not tied, I clipped it on there or pinned. And the front cover is of a floral cross stitch, and it's a vintage linen that I used that I cut up and I just framed around it with the green fabric. Here is the first opening flap I'm going to show you, and that is a folder and showing you guys the pin, the altered pin that I had created using a ribbon. And this is so cute. I love making folders like these, and it can house postcards, journaling cards, photos, anything you guys want basically that can fit in that folder. And I usually include that in my own personal junk journals as well, because it's just so versatile, and it just keeps things together like that if it's loose papers and things. So I've just tucked that in and made that pocket. Really love it. That's also a vintage fabric. And now here's the left flap, or left side of the Lapbook, I should say, because this is a combination of Lapbook and junk journal. And I basically just made lots of pockets and lots of tucks and inserts, and I made that slit to actually house an envelope, and I think I will be showing you that later on, because I made some mini envelopes, and yes, it'll show in the video later on. So all of those fussy cutouts, those children, are part of the green themed digital kit. Those are vintage stamps for my collection that I included here as well. And there's a lot of ephemera, you guys, in here, and journaling cards. By the way, some of the rose journaling cards that you see here in this journal is another digital kit called Vintage Floral, and it is also from Raindrop Lila's collection. And that's because I also wanted to add some interest to it and not just have a completely green book. And, I really liked that combination. The children also added some playfulness to this journal, so I really liked that. There's quite a bit of those tags that I just showed you, and I really like those as well. Here is the big side pocket. So I've included that sliding pocket. It's got the acetate, and it was quite snug, and that's why I had to use both hands to kind of just tuck it back inside. But it's nice and secured in there. And then on the back, I did another one, and I thought that was really nice, and I backed it with that vintage green ledger papers that I have. So I really liked how that turned out. And this cute little mini envelope, I really liked making that, and I just put some little tickets inside and a label and a fussy cutout, and that tucks in there nicely. And here's another acetate pocket. I love making acetate pockets because you could really see the images of your digitals and papers and journaling cards. And that side pocket, I just housed envelopes inside there. I don't know how many I have there. I think there was 5. And they're all from Raindrop Lila's digital kits. And I love having envelopes in my journals, and I use them quite a bit, and I think it just adds, the extra decorative look to any journal that you have. And plus, it's versatile. It has other uses, so you could tuck in so many things in an envelope. So that's it for the left side of the flap. So now we are moving on to the right side, and there is a top pocket, and I decorated with some doilies and lace, vintage lace and bead cluster. And now I've opened it up, and there's just plenty of pockets, side pockets here, you guys. Really love that rose tags that Raindrop Lila designed. I really love that. I had a lot of uses with those tags actually. And these Polaroid images are just so great. I even use them myself for my own journaling. I wrote on the back. I decorated my pages with them, so they were just really good. They were really good to have. So here is the one that I mentioned to you guys earlier. I showed you guys the slits, and I kind of used the flap of the envelope to kind of just hook it on there. So I thought that was really interesting. I loved making those mini envelopes, by the way. And I'm showing you guys that big side pocket again. Just put ephemeras inside, and there's plenty of space still left inside there, so you guys feel free to tuck more stuff inside. I love this one. This is one of my favorite. It's an envelope. It's a flap, and there's an acetate pocket, and I put an envelope in there, and I made that card inside, and I put some lined paper, and that turned out really nicely, and it just tucks in there, nice and secured as again. And here's more pockets, side pockets and tucks. Yes, and more and more. flips out. And oh yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that there is a third slit up top. Here's more journaling cards and frames. I really like that. And opens up again, and another acetate pocket, as you can see. Love those floral tags, I really do. Just so lovely. And another mini envelope that I made. Love that one. Just tucked in another tag and a label inside. And there's that little slit at the front where you can just tuck the flap over. And here again, I'm showing you that you can tuck that as well and hang it to the side or at the top. I love that. I love how I did this. Oh, yes. And another side pocket with more ephemeras and journaling cards. And that pocket there that you can see to the right with all the tickets, that I really like how I did that. And I did like a belly band to just kind of hold them together so they're not flopping forward, because they were quite long. And I thought that was such a neat idea. And then it flips open again. Oh, I forgot that that's an acetate window pocket, and I meant to put something there, but I guess I forgot. So that's okay. I mean, you guys can put whatever you want inside there, a photo, and there you have it. So this is the Lapbook part of the journal, and now here we are with the junk journal. And I believe this is a 1 inch, and there are 2 signatures inside. I posted this in my IG. This folio, yeah, I don't know what to call it. Folio folder album. And I used some of my vintage French black and white photos that I got from Sarah Crafty Paper Bits. And what I did with them was I backed it with some black cardstock and then backed it again with lined paper. So that way you could write on the back, and then I mounted them with those photo corners and left actually half the page blank because you could collage or you could journal, whatever you guys want to do. And they are removable, the ones that are in the photo corners. And then and there's another tuck there, more ephemeras and a couple more photos that I kind of just left as is. There you have it. I love how this folio turned out. Yeah, really, really do. So beautiful. So lovely. And this card, this was inspired by my friend Tanya Samuels from Let's Design Creative on IG. I love how she does that. She rips the edges of the pages and then she made pockets. And I thought, because since everything in here was kind of just cut straight, I just really liked that aesthetic and how she did it. So that was inspired by my friend Tanya. I'm going to link all of the information down below in my description box, you guys. So you'll see, you guys can go and check that out. And I'm showing you guys this mini booklet that I made. That's just green ledger paper, that vintage ledger paper that I have. So I just that's what I use inside. And I think that was an altered paper clip that I just showed you guys. Yes. And now here's the first page. And again, another envelope, and I made that card as well. So beautiful. The digitals that Lydia, that she made and created for this, I love it. I love green. It's my favorite color, you guys. And here is another window pocket. That there is part of the digital, actually. It was supposed to be a washi tape. So, and then I just, ruffled it up, then sewed it. Looks like ruffles now. Oh, and I was showing you the labels. Those are labels, yes, that I used. I'm going to show you guys. See? Oh, yes. And see how you can use it for that as well? Love how that turned out. So the next page, I used a green dye for those flowers and that doily. Oh, no, that's not a doily. Applique. And yeah, so I hand dyed those green. And they turned out really nicely. And those paper flowers too. So nice. So guys, I have collected the digital printables. I put them together and I mixed them up with other vintage papers and book pages as well. So they're left blank. You could do whatever you want. Fill the pages yourselves, and I just love that because I love journaling, and right now I'm also into collaging. I'm practicing my collaging, you guys. So if you want to keep up with me, I have them posted in my IG account. And here's a cute little journaling card I made, or postcard. I just added lace at the bottom, so this envelope, I love it. Whoopsies, I forgot to glue it. Oh no, that's okay. I'll glue that, of course, but I did decorate it with like a label and a button. And that pocket is from a vintage envelope. And more journaling pages for you guys and collaging pages. Yes, so great. And vintage doily there. Very nice. And that's from a vintage children's book, fairy tale book. Love it. And here's a side pocket with another digital postcard. And I love how this belly band turned out. I just, layered some vintage laces and I glued it on an acetate and then I stitched on the sides. I just love how that turned out. And here is another coin envelope. Her envelopes, it's already, ready to cut, and all you gotta do is just glue them together. So it's just so perfect. And I love how easy it was. And now here is the back, you guys, and there is a pocket, and I just made that folder and tucked it there in the pocket. And you guys, there it is. I love how everything just came together. I know it's looking kind of eclectic, but because it is a green theme, it just kind of made things, it came up together very nicely for this book. I really love it. And, the journaling, the junk journal, as you can see, is removable. You could, just when you're finished with this one, you could keep going and make another one if you really wanted to and just insert it there again in the center. So that way you could just obviously use the Lapbook over and over. So I am so happy how this turned out and how everything came together. Again, I wanted to thank Lidia for giving me this opportunity and guesting in your design team. I love working with you. It was such a pleasure for me. So one more thing, the green charm beads, it is just pinned on there, so you can remove it if you wanted to and place them anywhere else, anywhere in the journal if you'd like to. So again, guys, I loved making this journal. Thank you all for keeping up with me in my IG posts. My friends, the community, you guys are all so supportive. Have a wonderful time, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Bye for now, everybody.